Hey y'all, what's going on? You are not seeing things. We are finally back. Me and my good sis, California Cutie, Culture Critiques panel is back, y'all. We're about to get into everything the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City like. So stay tuned, hit the like button, do all the things, and let's get into it.
Let's go.
Here we are. Oh my God. I feel like it's been 20 million years. This is
it's been too long. That's what we shall say. We shall say it's been way, way, way too long. Hello, my sister, Barb. I told y'all I did the first 2 episodes and I said, look, I don't do this by myself. I don't do it by myself, but I'm going to hold down the fort so we won't be so far behind. And look what we have here.
Exactly. You kept things going. I'm glad that you were able to put out that video and everything, and we're able to just pick up and just keep it moving throughout this season. That's already been giving, if I do say so myself. I mean, it's only been obviously 3 going on 4 episodes now. So yeah, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with what we've got so far.
Yes, I agree. They, our girls never disappoint.
Like ever.
They don't disappoint. They really don't. They really come through. As long as we have Brittany being a nitwit, no disrespect. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the best way I can say it, but you know what I mean? But her just being herself, Meredith being stone cold ice princess, still does it for us. Mary, she gave last season, and I believe, Mary's here to stay. She's not going to give us anything less. She's not going to put in any extra effort if she doesn't need to, but she's definitely going to say what she needs to say when she needs to say it. So I love that about Mary. Heather, sister, because I did the first 2 episodes without you, I've been calling her a little bootlicker. Because I feel like she was doing the same thing she was doing with Jen, and it was like I was like, I hope this don't go too far. It didn't, because it was the first episode. I was like, oh, she straight bootlicker, and then the second one I was like, okay, she's coming out of the fog. She's starting to see something, and so now we're at the 3rd episode, and I'm feeling like, okay, her eyes are opening a little bit more, because I literally. For real, I was on her. Like, I wasn't liking what I was seeing.
Just like a lot of us aren't, because it's giving, like you were once, going so hard for somebody who gave you black eye. And then now that person's no longer in the fold, it just seems like you're just on the Lisa, like you're the literal person for Lisa's campaign out here. And I don't get that, because like for somebody to have dealt with all the things that you've dealt with, Heather, that you're coming into, your own out here, and you're no longer, tethered to the church or to your ex-husband. You're about to be an empty nester, all these different things. You've had success with your book and everything. It's just crazy that throughout all of those things, you still reduce yourself to being in somebody else's, shadow, or just to get into that person's good graces because they're quote unquote the cool girl. I don't get it. I don't think I ever will. But before we get into all that, y'all, you already know we might not have been here for a while, but certain things just do not change. We need you guys to like the video. We're streaming from both our channels. Make sure you hit the like button on both. Make sure that you leave us some comments. Make sure that you share us with all of your folks. Yeah. And if you are going to creep on in here, why don't you, say hey in the live chat? We would love to hear your thoughts on the season so far, on this episode, etc., etc. Let us know everything, because we haven't been here for a little bit. So, we want to hear from you guys. You definitely have been missed. And who do we have in the building? Oh, hey.
Hi, my sister Nita. I love
Yes,
you. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. And I didn't even send out
you.
the text to the sisters. She was first one here. I love it. Now
We,
text your sisters and tell them to get in here.
yes. And all of your folks, y'all. We definitely want to get back into a good rhythm. We're trying to, coordinate schedules and all that type of stuff. So we'll be seeing our faces from here on out. We're not doing any more, hiatuses and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna get into hey.
Kids.
This like time difference is like throwing me off right now because I'm like, y'all, if you don't know, I moved. I now live in Hawaii. And the 3 hour time difference between here and San Diego, and then now it being 6 hours difference from the East Coast, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot for me to keep up with, y'all. And I also thought, like, I can never remember. I thought that Salt Lake City, for whatever reason, came on Wednesdays. But I feel like they did that same thing they did last year where they like aired it on one day, the premiere for the season, and then they switched it to a different day.
They
So
did. They
yeah.
did. They did it on a Tuesday, didn't it?
Yeah, like it'll premiere on a Tuesday and then they'll move it to like Wednesday or whatever. I don't like that because then it throws me off. And now some of you guys may have already seen episode 4 because that's coming on this evening. But if you haven't, or even if you just, want to come in here, you want to hear us talk about this episode, we would love that too. But we will be getting back into a good schedule and everything going forward. So don't fret.
Right.
Let's start off with the taglines as we were just discussing, because y'all, it takes them a couple episodes to give us the taglines, but they have arrived. So we want to hear what you guys have to say about these taglines, child. Let's start off with Heather. If I still remember how to do this. Share. Share. Yeah, I'm still playing around with my setup, so I don't have my green screen right now. And
there I am. I was in the dock.
So here's Heather, and her line is, "My nest is almost empty, and this bird is ready to soar." How do you feel about Heather's tagline? My nest is empty, and this bird is ready to soar. Okay.
It makes sense. It makes sense because she's about to be an empty nester. I like it. And she's ready to soar. Yeah, I like it. It fits. It's definitely what needs to be made. It's very Heather right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's very applicable to what she's dealing with and all that. But I mean, it's still a little like cookie cutterish for me. It's still a little like, okay, it was safe, but cute enough. Given what she's going through right now. All right, whatever, Heather. Who do we got next? Meredith, aka the most part-time, full-time person I think we have across all of the franchises right now. Don't understand why she is still full-time, but we'll save that for later. Her tagline goes as such: "While you drop lies, I'm dropping beats." Okay, so
ask me how I feel about that.
I would love to know. I know how I feel.
What beat is she about to drop? DJ. What's her DJ name? What are they calling her? So here's the thing. DJing is so much different now. Like literally everything you can do on like literally off of your computer and stuff. So when she says that, I'm like, so are you gonna be DJing at people's parties? What exactly are you about to do with that? So girl, bye. Okay, I'm done.
I'm actually glad to be talking about this because that's something that I felt and knew I was going to feel going into the season, since seeing all of her disc jockey endeavors out here. I'm I'm already irritated by that, and not because I think that she's like trying to poke fun, or she, she could be taking it serious. From what I see, she has been, but there's just so many other, underground DJs that really I feel like should be getting the recognition out here. And what happened to all your other businesses, Meredith? What happened to all of your other freaking bath stuff? Like, what happened to the jewelry and all that stuff? Like, why are we now going so hard about this DJ stuff? Like, is this just like something on your bucket list, or what is it? I don't like when people who have been doing things for years and just because they're not on some big platform out here, they're undiscovered. I hate when undiscovered people get overlooked because somebody famous is out here and they're trying to capitalize on whatever little bit of extra time they have in their days to pursue whatever little hobbies they have. I don't know.
I just want to know what kind of music she playing. Is it gonna be like? Never mind. I don't even know. I just don't see her as a DJ being hired. I just don't. I'm sorry. And no, it's not even like nothing towards anything. I just don't see her as a cool person, other than ice cold.
Because it's not really on brand for her. And honestly, when I first saw her out there DJing, I just assumed it was like it was just like, oh, like she's just doing that for fun for that night. Like somebody, like the DJ knew her and was like, oh, come up here and just hop on here for 2 seconds. No, and then now I'm seeing she's like really trying to tour out here with it. So it's just so random to me. And also with the tagline, it's like beats that can kind of make people think too a little bit meanie too. So it's like, I don't know. I would.
I got you.
Stick to bathtubs. Anyway, Bronwyn, her tagline goes like, "If my closet had skeletons, at least they'd be well dressed."
That's on brand for her. For so many reasons. So many reasons. Not because of I think there's skeletons in the closet, but just the fact that sometimes they mistake her wardrobe for costumes, and so there's a play on words there. I said sometimes I don't, I think she dressed pretty well. Some stuff I wouldn't wear, and I think that's what makes Bronwyn. So it doesn't look bad on her. It's just stuff that I wouldn't wear because it looked like the last outfit that she wore to the social, the blue dress. It was cute on her. It looked good when she was walking around. But I was thinking, now, can you sit down in that dress, or is it comfortable? Because it's so like it was so boxy, like But it was cute. Standing up, walking up, it was cute. It was cute. So Bronwyn. Say it again.
I either hate or love her stuff. It's either like I'm like I want that right now, or I'm like I wouldn't wear that.
I'm with you on that one. So yeah, I like to play on words for her, and child, that's why I like that she said if there were skeletons, and I just feel like that's almost like talking to Lisa, like, cause girl, if I had girl, please, like, cause I don't think she's really beefing with anybody else. So,
well, let Heather tell it. She's still not a fan of Bronwyn's.
True.
But no, does Bronwyn have beef with anybody else? No, but I think someone has beef with her for no reason. Anyway, Angie, I'm Greek and the rest are just a tragedy. Not my favorite one for her. It left something to be desired for me. I'm cool. I'm cool with her still, going over her culture and all that. I'm down for that, but they could have did a little bit more. That was just very.
I'm Greek and the rest are tragedy. I know my Auntie Bernice ain't up in this piece. Hey, Auntie. We miss you. I love you. I don't like the word tragedy and where it's positioned at. It just sounds like you are trashing everybody else and their culture, their race, their whatever. And I get it. You're on a Greek, you're you're learning your roots and recognizing where you come from and all that stuff. But when they use the word tragedy, I said, wait a minute, now what that mean? But maybe she's just saying the rest of the drama that they do is tragedy, and instead of just saying Lisa, you're a train wreck, she's just gonna say the rest are tragedy. So I get it. What you think?
No,
Yeah, you said it wasn't. You said it wasn't her best work. It wasn't her best work.
No, it wasn't. It's just like it just doesn't get
good right here though.
Creative. Yeah. This she looks cute. I can't deny that. But yeah, they could have gave us a little bit more with that. But
yeah, agreed.
Okay. Whitney, roses are redheads, violets are blue. Don't come for me or I'll come for you. This doesn't do a lot for me personally, but out there will like it. And maybe that's because I'm not really feeling the red hair on her. I don't know, but
this to me, remember I told you I liked the red hair the first time she put it on, and the red was different. This red, unless it was a rinse, and then she put a rinse on it, and now it's like this. I don't want to use the word fluorescent, but I don't really particularly like this red hair either. The first time she put it on, I did like it because I told you, and he was like, Like right now, I'm like, But in the confessional, though, she went back to her blonde. So I'm not digging the fact that you would use that as your tagline when you're going to go back to your blonde hair. But I told you that I liked it because her daughter was red hair. And I feel like her daughter was going through some issues about being a redhead. So it was like in solidarity. At least I thought so. Because remember, she was, they were doing the makeup and stuff. And, I just feel like sometimes redheads, they're not with freckles, they're just not like we just said earlier, you either like it or you don't. And some people don't, and they're mean when they're they're mean spirited. So, but I love a ginger. But I do like her best one.
Oh, they definitely were. And that's why I actually typically I've refrained from saying anything super distasteful about it because I respect the reason why she did it to as it pertains to her daughter getting bullied and all that. I love that. My dad's a redhead. Love that. I love red hair, but I just no, I'm over it.
She looks way better as a blonde. You were right. You were right, sister.
I'm just over it.
Yeah, I'm not digging it right there at all. I'm sorry. No. Hey,
Mary. I'm just eat, drink, and be merry. I have to agree because it's like if y'all got I don't have a name like that I can like play on words and say anything like that. So if you do have the luxury of inserting your name as a play on words and stuff like that, I am all here for it. That's super cool. And I feel like that's exactly what Mary's doing. She is really there to have for a good time, not a long time. Don't come for her. Don't do too much or whatever. And she's just there to chill and be herself. And she shows up like that. I feel like in every scene, whether it's her own scene, whether she's there on the sidelines, like she's always going to give you Mary. And even though we've come a long way to get to this point with her, I'm glad she's here to stay in all of her glory as it goes today.
Yes. Good old Mare. And that's so funny because my girlfriend that's named Mary, that's what I say too. I always just call her Mare. But I was a little irritated when Lisa said it. I was like, girl, shut up. But anyway, I love her tagline. She has the best one of all to me. It just fits. And yes, we should all eat, drink, and be merry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it, and that's all.
Last but not least, y'all, Lisa. I don't go low, I go the distance. I'm not mad at it. I'm cool with it. And again, if you are at the point where you have a quotable, if you have, you know, something out, like how many housewives have we seen on these shows, and they've been on since day one and haven't coined any phrases or anything like that. Giselle, like there's plenty of people that have been on our screens for a long time, so I'm cool with it, except for the fact that you don't always stand true in that, Lisa, because you also have exited situations before, and I also don't think that you're, you know, the verbal sparring queen that you might want to be. You're not, but cool. I'm okay with her using something that she came up with in the past. That's fine.
She walked off on the last episode, not this one that we're about to review, but the last one. So,
And that is
girl,
what
you
I'm.
ain't with nobody's distance. You always think you saying something, but until they got you in a corner, then you like, you're not the one to come out fighting when they put you in the corner. You're like, I'm leaving instead of fighting out of it. So, unless she's right, usually that's anybody. But yeah, coin phrase, it was good. It's quick and to the point, short and sweet, you know. But we'll see. We'll see what the tagline holds out to be at went through this whole season. We'll see if she go the distance.
You're right. You're right. And with that being said, let's get into the season. Okay, so this episode, y'all, was entitled Dismissed, and we will see why it was called that towards the end. Okay. We kicked things off with Lisa. She was like coordinating. She was doing some event coordination and stuff like that. She's exhausted from talking about the lawsuits, and because of that, she is moving on. Okay. She immediately starts with the name drops. From this point on, she's very much speaking of the Ushers and the Forest Whitakers and the Daniel Radcliffes of it all, and how, you know, the other ladies, they don't rub elbows with those sort of people, so they just don't understand. She lives a completely different life, y'all. She's got her lawyers on standby because at the end of the day, once you make it to a certain point in life, you're more than likely going to be sued. It comes with the territory. So she's going on and on about that, y'all. We get a quick little flashback of her and Amy, which is, I'm hearing that Amy was supposed to be getting looked at to join the show in a more fuller capacity. I'm getting that she was being, you know, tested and stuff like that. But then when things got too crazy in these last couple episodes, she backed out. I can kind of see that because she's given us more than, what was her face last year? May Lee, that girl, she's given us more.
May Lee, yes, May Lee.
She was giving way more than her, I feel like. So that would have been cool, but I mean, I'm glad if she was being looked at and she decided that this was just too much for her, I'm glad that she bowed out ahead of time then, rather than getting in these scenes for real and just going in the bathroom and crying or storming away or just.
Let's be clear. She had the socialite on TV, and she got to see, and everybody else got to see what little potty mouths these little ladies have, and how down and dirty they can get. And I think because she's a socialite and because she's probably well respected, she's like, look, let me look at which way I should go. Let me see how this would work out. Do I need to be known more around the world than I'm known in Utah as the person I am? And probably rub elbows like Lisa does with people that are in the industry as well. I'm not sure exactly what Amy does, but what I'm saying is good for her, because you sometimes you people don't know what come with fame, and I think she caught on very early.
Oh no, I agree, and I feel like with some people it's about, like, because people can be rich, and like a lot of people can be rich, but some people don't have that fame component with it, and maybe she just realized, like, being rich is all I need. I don't care about the fame part of it. And I love that for her. But nonetheless, We see a quick little flashback apparently of her and Lisa discussing Lisa's upcoming plans. She wants to have the ladies out for a luncheon. Before that, though, she's wanting to have just, what was it? Lisa, Amy, Mary, Heather, and Meredith. They're gonna do some skeet shooting beforehand. So she was kind of discussing these little bit of details and stuff. And the reason behind her wanting to have this little luncheon, y'all, is because the target is always on Lisa's back. Everyone's always out to get Lisa. So right now she's going to turn the tables the other way and is going to give the ladies exactly what they're asking for. Why don't we? Right. That's Lisa math. I don't really have anything else to say about that.
I love that Amy was like, oh, that's nice of you. And then she was like, oh, I don't think it's going to be, with you when you see what's in store. And I'm already thinking to myself at that point, Amy should already been like, oh, okay, it's one of those days. It's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those days. And so, yeah, I like Amy because I like that she doesn't just sit in the scene and just be there. You know what I mean? And just sit pretty or, she literally is in there. And, she reminded me of a younger Mariah Carey, even though she's an older woman when Mariah Carey first came out. But there's something about her face reminds me of Mariah Carey at a certain point in Mariah's career where Mariah's cheeks are like kind of full, like, I don't know, her cheekbones was kind of full, but something about it reminds me of Mariah Carey at certain terms.
Oh, I could see that a little bit. Okay.
Not like dead on, but
No, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. But the next scene after that, though, was with Todd and Bronwyn, which I know that we talked a lot about them last year and their dynamics and everything. But in this particular scene, y'all, they're sitting down, they're having a little lunch, and she says a lot has changed since last time we saw them. A lot has changed underneath her roof, so to speak. And that's because her mom and her dad actually they're local now. Her mom is living in her house and her dad is at a memory care facility that's local as well. So they're no longer in Northern California, and it's been a big change. Todd, he has been open since last year, hearing all of the feedback from people. He actually has been kind of receptive to it and has been trying to change. Bronwyn, on the other hand, not so much. She says that he's probably made more changes than she has, which, let me just stop right there and ask, was that her poking fun at herself again, or was she doing that thing that she likes to do when she likes to show us that she really isn't as confident as one would think? I feel like that was another one of those those jokes that she
put down.
Yeah,
you think she's putting herself down?
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I hadn't looked at it in that perspective ever have I looked at it in that perspective. But the reason why I'm gonna say yes is because when we get the scene later on with her mother, yes, yes, she's definitely hard on herself for reasons, and I understand the dynamic of why she does that, and so yeah, definitely yes.
She's super hard on herself, and and then on the flip side, is always there to give Todd his flowers though. So I'm like, here we go again with the self-deprecating jokes, but whatever. Nonetheless, he's been open, so I guess they're going to appear more stable marriage-wise. I guess this season, I guess it'll be a smoother scenes to watch between them. I guess we'll see. Anyway.
Did he lose some pounds?
Huh?
Did he lose some pounds? Did he lose some weight? It looked like he lost a little weight.
I can't tell.
I think so.
I mean, I don't really.
Either that or he cut his beard and his face don't look as full, but he literally looks smaller to me. And I don't mean that like in a bad way. I mean it in a good way. Like, you might, yeah.
I just deleted the picture of him last year from last year. So
oh, really? But yeah, when you can look at it right here, I definitely can tell because that's when I'm into looking at people and health wise, and if they're losing a little bit of weight or they, I can just tell. I can look at him and tell he looks good right here. He looks older when he has his glasses on and he's looking over his glasses to look at his wife in the booth. But all in all, I think he looks better from last year to this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely see a difference, and it could be because they might be in a better place. It could be he might be a little bit more stressed out because there's more people in his home. It could be any of the number of those things. Bronwyn doesn't cook; they eat out all the time unless the daughter cooks. So
I don't know.
yeah.
Is there still dog shit all over their house? Or anyway, no, she's a germaphobe. Let me stop.
Let her tell it. That's what I said. Let her tell it.
There's a lot of shit going on underneath that roof. I'm pretty sure. But no. But again, my parents and everything, yes, they've moved, and Todd, he's rearranged his whole schedule. He's been bearing the financial load of everything also as it pertains to her parents, which she's talking about, like, I know you didn't want to do that or whatever, but you did, and I appreciate you and stuff like that. And that kind of threw me off too, because I was like, well, like, I especially get the financial piece of it all, whatever. I understand, like, just being like, oh, okay, like that's a lot, but just know I'm very aware that at some point, my parents might need to move closer. I'm gonna have to, take on more responsibilities with them and stuff like that. So I was kind of confused at the same time when she said that to him, because I'm like, did he not did he not know that, like, that might be potentially something that that comes with people getting older?
Yeah, true. And that her father has been fighting this for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So it's not like this just up and came out of nowhere. Now the mother having her aneurysm, that wasn't expected. And then those two together at the same time, yes, that is a lot going on at one time. But the way y'all money sounds like it's set up, I don't feel like that. I agree with you. I think he should have already knew that. That should have already been something that they're already speaking of. Like, literally, my grandmother is still alive. She's very independent. She's about to be 86 next month, and I tell her all the time, like, the next time I move, I'm gonna find a place where you can come live with me. And she's like, I'm not coming to live with you. I was like, hey, lady, look, check this out, lady. I'm telling you, you come live with me. And so I said, okay, I'll do you one better. I'll find the mother-in-law a little sweet, the one that they got the back house and has everything. Mm-hmm. I said, would you live with me then? She said, no, I'll do that. I said, okay. So, but my husband, I said that to say, thank you, honey bun. I appreciate you. I think it might be a little bit of water in there. Please pour it out. But I say that to say, me and my husband have discussed it, and it's something that we've talked about. It was something that, he looked at me like, I know you ain't talking about Granny. I'm like, yeah, but he didn't say it. He said it like that way. He was like, you ain't got to even. You already know how that go. I'm like, okay, just make sure, but my grandmother, her kids are like, my mom is still here. My mom is a twin. They all, we have people to take care of my grandmother, but we are not a family that put our people in a home. But her father has to be in a home because he needs the 24-hour care.
At least, like, when we're talking about all like forms of dementia, Alzheimer's, stuff like that, like, unless you guys have been in the passenger seat to this type of journey, You just don't know. And she also, questioning herself in this moment of like, well, it's like, I just feel guilty, or like that he's there and stuff like that, especially when he has good days where he feels good and stuff. But it's just like at the same time, no, he's in the best possible place to give the level of care that he needs right now. Like how many times have you guys saw online or wherever or posted about an old person going missing or whatever because they can't remember who they are or stuff like that.
My neighbor did that.
Yeah, they walk out the side and then it just happens. So
literally, that happened to my neighbor. My neighbor had dementia. That happened, and he passed away.
Yes. So
like literally, it's no joke.
It, like I said, it was just that one piece that kind of threw me off. When as it pertains really to Todd and him, like you got an issue with knowing that you would have to help with her. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, because she did get real serious. She's like, "Look at me, no, look at me," and he was like, "Yes." So I agree. I think it was a little off-putting, a little. I don't know. I feel like they haven't had a.
My husband would be like, "Why are you even asking me? Like, of course they're gonna come here. Of course we're gonna help. Of course, like it's just." Weird.
Yeah, just Todd. It might be just the way Todd is, maybe.
I guess so. When we know Todd is away, he's Todd. So it is what it is. Bronwyn, and we also heard about Bronwyn and Meredith having a sit down as well, where someone like Meredith. It was good to have someone like Meredith who can empathize to a degree, being as though she just lost her father a few years back and stuff like that. So that's something that they bonded over, and she was able to offer some support to Bronwyn through. So that was nice to hear about that. I don't know if this was my question or this was what Bronwyn said, but we know that her and Meredith, like they haven't like become besties or anything like that. They haven't really had a chance to like really move through and navigate building a friendship between them for real. So this kind of gives them a chance to do that / step away from like the other ladies and stuff like that. We quickly realized with her saying that Todd, he's officially written off Lisa specifically. I know that for a fact. And then I don't know about anybody else in the group, but I know probably Heather, who knows? But I know definitely Lisa's on that list. He doesn't quite understand why she navigates and moves the way she does. And it's because in this moment, she even admits that she's the type of person who really likes to be liked. She really doesn't like to have issues with people. And we know right now her and Lisa, they're having their issues. And Todd he's like, just cut it off. I don't even know why you're even trying to be in that space with them, with her. Like, you didn't even go there. Like but because Bronwyn has the traumas that she has and needs to do the healing that she needs, she is somebody who's going to keep trying to fix things with Lisa in this case. I personally wouldn't be me. I understand, wanting to mend something with the person, putting, the olive branch out there, trying, once or twice. Okay. And then I'm good after that. If you really thought that you guys had a friendship, I understand there being some hurt there. I understand there being some type of, ill feelings now. But overall, if that person doesn't want to give you the time of day and they don't want to also mend things, then yeah, you need to stop jumping up in their face trying to bring stuff up and mend things. Like, that's how I feel.
I definitely agree. Is it the same thing when somebody don't like you to you wanting to be liked? Because I feel like she said she doesn't like when people don't like her. And when Todd said, well, there's a lot of people that don't like you. I said, not on social media. Like, come on, bruh. Those people not like that they don't matter. And it's like when you said it, you said that. Which makes me think, so the people that don't like you, are you listening? Never mind. Are you listening, Todd? Are you watching us, Todd? because there's a lot of people that don't like you. And that's why she had to tell you to change up the way you speak to me on TV, because the way you're coming across like the butthole here. So that's just funny that would even come up. But I just them two. I just feel like she's always thanking him for stuff that he should be already doing, and I don't know if he tells her that she's unappreciative. I don't know if he thinks she's unappreciative, but that's the feeling I'm getting. So that's why she's like, look at me, and um, I'm so thankful that you're taking care of this, and da 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 da. And I'm like, I hope you are saving some money up. That's all I can think of. And it's not like nothing like against any marriages, or I'm telling women, but literally, yeah, I am. I'm like, literally, you better be saving up a little nest egg. You better be moving. I'm saying that especially to the women that don't have it like that.
Stable of times. I just think that like you just never know, man.
I'm just now, but that's not even the reason why not to leave him. So, but like right now, with her parents, what's going on with her parents? Like, if you had some money saved up and like all these years that they've been together, I forgot how many years they've been together, but the years that they've been together, she just had been putting money to the side, and then this happened to her parents, and she was able to say, "Well, I have this money, boo bop bop." It's just I've been saving up here and there instead of spending it or going, because she likes to shop and she has her habit, meaning she likes her clothing habit.
Mm-hmm.
Sound bad, but her clothing habit. And so I'm just saying, just start saving for a rainy day. And I'm not talking about being away from her husband. I'm just saying, just anything can happen. And instead of you spending frivolously, just try to think about it like, if he gives you this or you're allowed at this. I don't know how their marriage is set up, but if it is, put some away. Don't use it all. Don't.
Yeah, I can understand that. I feel like we're gonna have a lot more to say about what's going on under that roof throughout the rest of the season. We already knew that into this season, like we were gonna. There's always gonna be something to talk about as it pertains to Todd and Bronwyn. It's always gonna be something there, y'all.
Skeletons in the closet. Go ahead.
You heard your tagline. Angie though, Angie and her dad, very very cute scene. Just seeing them have a daughter father moment. Although everything that was discussed wasn't the most pleasant, it still was very nice for them to share a scene. He moves around great for an 89-year-old. He still has his wits about him. And he actually is a person that she talks to first thing every day, and at the end of the day she also talks to him, which I think is so cute. She's the youngest of like 6 or 7. We need to meet some siblings, Angie.
I didn't even realize that she had that many siblings. I'm like, it feels like she's the only child. Dang.
Yeah, and I'm assuming I would assume at least 1 or 2 or however many of them still live in that area, because I mean that's where she grew up.
Yeah, that's true, because she had this kind of hair. Wait, she told Heather that she had this type of hair, and everything was natural.
But it's nice to see them, and so when they sit down and everything, we find out one that his roses every year when his roses bloom, that's kind of the marker that Angie uses to know, like, okay, well, this 1 more year down, with spending with him and stuff. So that's really nice. And it seems like we're going to Greece this season. I hope she brought him, not like him in the house with the rest of the girls, but I hope she brought him, over there too, or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah, to see somebody or whatever, staying off location, and I hope that's what happened. Anyway, But yeah, it was just a really cute scene between them. He shows her old photos. He offers up his own personal account of coming up during that time and all the hardships he endured and everything. And it kind of just gives her another reason to think like, okay, this is why I love talking about the Greek culture to Electra and stuff like that. She wants to share more with her daughter about the culture, but we find out later on, like, if we don't know by now, that Electra ain't got time. Okay, she is a 14-year-old that's out here worried about what 14-year-olds are worried about, and that doesn't align with what Angie is worried about. So I don't know what to tell her, but whatever. Yeah, I just thought it was a cute scene. I like seeing her dad. I like always seeing people's family, as long as they're not, like some just I have family members I like to see on these shows, and then we got our list of other family members that we do not like to see on these shows. So
Pasheezy, my niecey, for real. But yeah, it's we gotta understand that Angie has a teenager on her hands, and teenagers are always going to rebel. What we think is cool is not cool, honey. And I don't care how cool you are, unless you're a young parent. Like when I was a young parent, so my older kids, they thought I was a cool parent. Now that I'm older and I have my younger kids, they're like, they don't like me. It's not they don't like me. They think like, you're old, mom, and then I'm looking at them like, whatever. My younger kids be looking at them like, mommy, you just do too. You let them get away with a lot. So it's the dynamic. It's just different for each person. Mm-hmm. And so, hi, Gracie. And so, literally, it's just weird to me. It's kind of on the weird side. Hi, Feisty.
Hi, Feisty.
Hi, welcome, guys. Yes, we are back. We are so back. So yeah, but yeah, it's very refreshing to see the I love a dad. I'm a daddy's girl. And
yeah.
So, yeah, we're daddy girls. So we know how, I'm always gonna appreciate that. And the fact that he's 89 and he gets around so good and he's sharing all those memories, that's amazing. That's the best part. But Electra will come around. She's not gonna come around now. You don't even have to force it on her. Live your life, Angie. Do what you need to do to get closer to your roots and your culture, so that you are able to share with her and be more have more information for her, be more informative. So don't take it as a shutdown. Just take it as a not now, a little later. That's it. That's it.
No, I 100% agree. And I feel like this is just another reason, y'all. While, yes, I'm not telling you to be no deadbeat parent. No, be a hands-on parent, of course. But at the same time, don't make your kids your only sole identity, because then when they go out and aren't looking to, spend every waking moment up under you, or, holding your hand and cuddling on the couch, like, yeah, maybe you should have something else going for you so that it's not such a shock to the system. Of course, it'll always hurt, I'm sure, but you at least have yourself to distract you with. I don't know. My parents always had their own lives, so I don't know. And I think I still turned out pretty well. So I think it's important to still have friends and still have date nights, still, have a life, because
kids. I think Angie has all that. I don't think that Angie's smothered. But she does work. She does the housewife. She has a husband. She has her dad.
Why you're blurry? Hold on.
Oh, because I probably turned from my camera. Let me do like this. I have to do this sometimes. Like, get me back in focus. Let me see. No. Let me see one more time, y'all. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Because if I go all the way off, it might not. Let's see. It's probably because I turned. Boom. All right. Thank you for telling me. But literally, I think that Angie does not smother her child. I don't even think Electra will let her. I think Electra is just learning her own identity. She's a teenager. She's 14. Yeah, that's the time where they really just are trying to learn what they like, who they like, and get closer to all of that stuff. And in your house being, like she said, she's gonna talk about that later, but it's different. It's so white. It's so bright. It's so looks like no children ever lived here. You know what I mean? It's so yeah. It's so. I would use the movie Belly. But it's just a really nice house, and I feel like she's just like you know what she want to let loose, and I feel like she can't let loose in her house just yet. So she's being a little rebellious. She'll get over it though. She'll be okay.
Oh
It
yeah.
and her, both of them.
I definitely went through that phase. So I mean, in rare cases, some kids don't go through that, but like, yeah, she's just a 14-year-old girl out here, Angie. I'm sorry.
Right.
And but yeah, nonetheless, that was a cute scene, y'all. It wasn't cute scene for me though. Right, so then we move on over to Bronwyn's house. Didn't see any dog shit at least, but nonetheless, it was Bronwyn's house. And like, does she still have all those? Okay, let me not say that like that because dogs do become a part of the family. So no, I wouldn't assume that she just give her dogs away. But I'm like, that's a lot of dogs. That's a lot more people in there. Like, it's a lot going on in her house. Like, how big is that house? Because that's a lot of bodies.
Everybody's gonna say a lot of poop, but go ahead.
She has a really good septic system. Anyway, over at Bronwyn's house, y'all, we meet her mother, Margaret, aka Muzzy. Just a disclaimer, I already was kind of like gearing up to we've heard about how her family wasn't as thrilled when she, got pregnant, stuff like that too, which kind of told me. And I feel like in so many words, we've gotten to know that Bronwyn and her familiar relationships, it's just not, hitting like how some of us, also on the other side of the spectrum, have those better relationships with their parents and stuff like that. Right. Unfortunately, we kind of see why. So during the scene, her mom, right off the bat, soda wasn't cold enough. Like, she just, but nonetheless, she has been going through her valuables and all the other personal effects and stuff like that back and Bronwyn's childhood home that she's obviously going to be selling. Like, she's not going to be living, no one's going back there to live full time. So she's getting geared up to, I guess, sell it. And one thing that has been especially hard for her during that process is cleaning out the father's office and stuff like that. Like, because it's like, okay, do you want me to throw this away or not? Like, he's not even here to let her know what to throw out, what not to throw out. It's just sad all the way around. And what's also sad is that her dad still thinks that like every time that Gwen is around, like he thinks that Bronwyn is Gwen. Like, he remembers Gwen as a baby. So that kind of also, as we know, wasn't the proudest time in Bronwyn's life, 10, 15, however many years ago. Well, no, 10, he's been going through this for 10 years. Gwen is 18, 19 now. So, okay, yeah. So you guys do the math. He thinks that she's that age. That wasn't the highlight year of Bronwyn's life. So that's very coincidental, I feel like, also, or ironic, I feel like. And we quickly learned that her mom is not too far removed from making snide comments because she starts talking about how Bronwyn starts talking about how, it did take her a little bit longer to get on, the right path or solid path in life and stuff like that. And her mother says, yeah, you couldn't have got there without Todd. You got there without a dime from him. You needed his support.
That's not funny, but the way she said that,
like,
she was like, yeah, I probably didn't need to hear that like that. It's like, no, you didn't want her to say that in front of this audience that we're all listening to. Like, we're all hearing you say this, lady. So now she can't defend you, and they're gonna come for you online because you're making a butthole of yourself, lady. Why are you talking to her like that? Why? There were so many things when I'm gonna let you finish getting through the whole. I'm gonna let you get through the whole thing before I say anything. But yeah, she like that's so. Go ahead.
No, you're absolutely right. We quickly learned that this isn't the first comment, snide comment that her mom's made. And overall, her mother's approval is something that she seeks really badly. And we understand that that's not something that's easy to come by if your name is Bronwyn Newport. So her mother also says that she hopes she'll be okay with doing this because she's going to go through it with Todd someday. And just like that, it's like, damn, mom, well, I have to endure these types of comments outside. I didn't know I have to deal with it inside as well. It's just like, okay. Like
Just
just
go back
again. But I feel like there's being blunt, there's being straightforward, there's making certain jokes or having certain dark humor and stuff like that. Like I can rumble with the best of them, but at the same time, like this just wasn't, knowing what we know and her saying things she said in the past, and we've also see how this has manifested itself in her social settings now in life for Bronwyn. It's just this is a little awkward. It was very cringe for me, especially too because, and I'm never gonna say like hold. I don't like when people hold anything over anybody's head, whether that be parent to child, child to parent, friend to friend, whoever it is, or whatever. So I'm not saying Bronwyn should be like, well, bitch, we the ones paying for everything right now, and he the one. You might not want to make jokes about him.
The hand that's feeding you, don't bite the hand that's feeding you.
That, like, you couldn't get out. Like, I'm not saying she should do that, but at the same time, like, it is like, okay, Muzzy, like,
that's funny you said that.
Like, have you never seen one episode of Housewives? Because I hope you know these people have to be in these comments tearing you up. Like, did you not see last season with your daughter on here, and then you come on here and say things that just aren't helping her case, aren't helping her to look supported, to look like she has a good support system on TV, because it don't really seem like it.
Yeah, I put that in my notes as well. I put, well, one, I answered my own question. My one of my questions was, did this happen after the vet? Hey, vet. I seen her in the comments. Anytime y'all see me just smiling, I'm looking over this way. I'm looking at the comments, and I don't have the comments. My sis got the comments, so I can't pull you up. But I just see something like, hey, vet, good seeing you always. And so, literally, I put in my notes that, and like I said, I answered my own question, was the mom like this because of the aneurysm, and now she's like, how some people get snappy, and because they're under medication, and and then I thought about it. I said, no, because like you started off saying, they felt a certain kind of way about Bronwyn when she became pregnant when she was 18.
She said stuff. I have to go back, y'all. Like, she's spoken to. Yeah. She said, like, I'm pretty sure flat out, like, I don't have the best relationship with my parents. Like, she's said
they pretty much almost disowned her. She pretty much did it all her own. And that's why when the mom said, yeah, you didn't have you didn't have any money, so you'd let me know you wasn't supporting her. Okay, so because you're not throwing out the fact that the husband supported her, which means you wasn't. So that was one thing.
It's also bullshit though, all the way around, because we're gonna stop acting like Bronwyn didn't have. I mean, I'm assuming she finished college.
Got a job. She met
a good ass job. I met.
She met her husband. No, I don't. We don't. Like, we not. That's why I said, Muzzy, are you?
She was out here, like, no.
Slandering. She thought she.
I don't think she was panhandling on the corner. I don't remember that being said. So it's just.
Yeah. So Muzzy, that was my point. I was like, right? Say it again.
An only child, right?
I think so. I don't think she have a brother or sister. She never speak about it. Brother.
And I think it would have came up in this type of situation. So yeah, I'm assuming she's the only child.
I think so
too.
Because even with that, it would be like, oh, even the mother would be like, oh, I'm going back to the house. I talked to your brother, or I talked to your sister. Da, 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 da.
She's, based on how she was talking in this little scene, tells me everything I need to know about if there was a sibling. She's the type of parent that would compare them.
Oh, definitely. Pit them against each other for sure.
An only child. We would know if she wasn't.
So is that in the fact that it was sad to see Bronwyn go through the fact that her dad is thinking that she's the 18, 19-year-old that her daughter is right now, and that he's looking at her like she needs to finish college, and it's Gwen that he's looking at. And it just, it brought her to tears to hear that, just watch her go through that. I was just like, dang, that is the worst. And she even said it, it's bad when the person is going through Alzheimer's, but it's not a fun thing for the family to go through it and watch somebody be deteriorated, their mind not remembering, but then what they're left with, the baggage that they're left with or holding, like the mom is having to go through all this stuff. But literally, if he's not going to come back from that, what's really, really important, and the stuff that's I don't know. That's how you make your piles. You make a pile like this definitely got to go. This definitely can stay. And the I don't know, you put that in the I don't know pile, and then you have your daughter go through it. But there's ways around it. I think she's just irritated that she has to do it. That's the thing that I do for mom. She's just mad that she's got to do it.
She is. That's why I said it's a situation all the way around or whatever. It's just one of those you just want to like, yeah, I get it. Like she's probably up to here just mad at the world, want to like punch the air. I get it. But like, I do still feel like a lot of this, and that's why I still feel confident in my assessment, and I still feel like it's very much applicable here, that we would still say these same things, even taking her dad, even taking all everybody's health issues off the table. I still feel like this was stuff that was present. This was y'all's dynamic beforehand, and that's yeah.
And the irony, the last thing I want to say, in the irony of the fact that she would say that to Bronwyn in her house, that without Todd, you wouldn't have, without Todd, you wouldn't be where you basically are. And I'm thinking to myself, and without Todd, you wouldn't be where you're sitting at right now. You'd be sitting in the house back in California going through them papers you might not even be here because you might have still been in the hospital. There's a lot of things that could have been said that your daughter's not going to say to you. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm going to need you to bring it down a notch, and then show a little respect inside of Todd's house and to your daughter, not to Todd. I'm talking about to your daughter.
I'm going to lump the dad in here too, because I just feel like they were probably two peas in a pod.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you know what they probably do? They probably knew, like, yeah, they're probably the type of parents / grandparents now that are doing things differently with their grandchild. They're probably total different people to Gwen than they are with
as a parent. Mm-hmm.
Which obviously y'all to a certain degree.
We all are. Yeah, I mean, I am.
Whatever, but those ones that know it's like you completely you messed up the first go around or whatever. So now you're trying it completely different, like day and night type. That's probably what's happening.
I don't like that.
Because remember last season, Gwen was she spent the summer. She was still over there at their house last season for a little bit or whatever. So anyway, I think that's it for that scene. Moving along, y'all. Angie, this is a really quick little scene. Angie stops by Heather's house, aka her ladies lounge lair, or whatever you want to call it. She's trying to be embarking on her empty nest journey here. She's trying to get her babe cave all right and everything. She's turning one of these spare rooms that was used to like house all of the girls' like miscellaneous items or whatever. She's now turning that into her own little office and stuff like that. So she's picking out paint samples. Angie comes over there. She's helping. They, painting, swatching the paint samples and stuff like that. And Heather's also working on her third book. What more she has to talk about, I don't know, but okay, whatever. She's starting her third book. And as they're going over the paint samples and stuff like that, Angie expresses how she was very underwhelmed, or how Electra was very underwhelmed about her pursuing her Greek citizenship, and how she's just really at that age that she doesn't need her mother holding her hand every step of the way, as we said. And but then, before we know it, of course, bring the conversation back to the group and everything, they discuss what happened at Amy's party, which, we know that just went completely left. Heather, so much so that Heather, she was getting out of Dodge. She was nowhere to be found, while we had Brittany throwing Angie directly under the bus to Lisa. And again, we saw what transpired from there on out. Heather tells Angie about the super elitist comment that Lisa made, where she said that she lives such a different life than the rest of the ladies. Heather will say in this conversation with Angie that it hurt her feelings and that she didn't really, care for it or whatever. And Angie's like, yeah, here we go. That's the stuff I'll be talking about. Like, exactly. My only issue was that Heather was so bold to say that to Angie, and she can admit that now here on the back end or whatever. But in the moment, why didn't you check Lisa how she needed to be checked about it right then and there, and bring it up how you didn't really care for the comment, how it made you feel then and there? You didn't do that.
Because I'm a bootlicker and I'm working on our friendship, and because I want Lisa to like me, because I've been working on me and Lisa's friendship since she thought I was the good time girl in in college. That's why, Barb.
Yep. That's what that tells me. And I feel like that's all of the reason too why we continue to see things play out the way they do between Lisa and Heather, between Lisa and Meredith, between, I guess, Heather and Meredith even. I feel like them three have this OG weird alliance or whatever, which is like, we really don't like each other like that. We're really not friends like that for real. But something tells me that they have an alliance. And it's certain little, y'all got to realize, like, these certain little things you could pick up on that tell me that that's exactly what it is. And we've even seen it. I pointed out here during the last scene another reason why I know it's all indicative of an alliance underneath it all.
I agree. And I know when you're going to do it. We haven't even discussed it, but I already know what you mean when you say what you're talking about.
Fair. Skeet shooting, though, y'all. We found out earlier on in the episode, like I said, that Lisa, she had sent out the invites to Amy, Mary, Meredith, and Heather to go skeet shooting prior to the luncheon. So they're down there at the range or whatever. And I'm going to need Heather practice a little bit more, but Lisa, she clearly out here, and she says she does come out here with her family or whatever. And I mean, she seemed to be hitting them, so I guess that's cool. Nonetheless, Lisa feels really good about having this particular group of ladies there before the rest of the group joins them for lunch, and things go right, and another right. And we dive pretty much right into it. Right as soon as the ladies arrive, we see Angie shocked that she was even invited to the lunch based on how things have been going on between her and Lisa. The ladies walk right into the lunchroom, y'all, and there's all of these blown up posters of all of these allegations. We see all of these allegations just one by one, written down on the papers or whatever, or typed on the papers. And then, as you can see, it says dismissed, stamped across, like all of them. So everybody's like confused. Bronwyn, she found it utterly hilarious right off the bat. Mary, she was utterly confused right off the bat. And then we got Whitney. She can't even tell if that's a photo of Lisa and John or on a houseboat or a yacht, or we don't know what it was. But yeah, I don't understand why I'm here. Angie Angie's funny though to me because she was like the only one that peeped like, okay, so based on that angle and everything, it's giving you purposely put this picture up of you and John trying to like mask your age basically or whatever. I thought that was really, really funny. And although in Meredith's expert legal opinion, she these are not like actual like receipts that would be used in a courtroom. However, they do get the point across in this setting. Okay, I bet they do.
Bootlicker. She another bootlicker. You licking her boot too.
Another alliance. And I think it was Brittany that pointed out like how like, oh, John and Lisa were looking so cute and they're like courtside picture or whatever. Ron was like, absolutely not. I've been courtside. That's not even the right type of chairs that they have.
She's right.
Courtside seats.
They put the fold out seats. They do. They put the fold out seats.
Try again. Anyway, they all move to the table. They take their seats, and pretty much again, we got it started right off the bat. Lisa, she is just completely captivated by the fact that she is all the allegations, they have been dismissed, y'all. Deny, absolutely didn't happen. Dismiss. I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lawyers. No, you not even talking to you. Don't talk to me. Like at least this was literally how Lisa was handling this entire interaction, y'all. But let her tell it. She brought them down here to provide them the clarity that they are seeking. Again, everybody else on the other side of the table is just completely confused. Like Angie's like, what does this have to prove exactly? And Lisa's like, well, you probably didn't read that the stuff was dismissed while you were too busy reading, everything else.
Well, you didn't pay the $25. You didn't pay the $25 extra for the dismissal papers. Girl, ain't nobody about to pay $25 for your dismissal papers. Girl, shut up. Shut up.
And Andrew's like, girl, like, once again, what are we supposed to say? Like, what are we supposed to say when we're reading how there's one man's credit card in your wallet? There's the same man apparently paid for the renovations on your home. Then now he's turning around saying that you owe him $118,000. Like what are we talking about here?
Well, wait, don't forget Amy interrupts. Well, Amy had to interrupt because Amy has to come to somebody. Now this is what you call coming to somebody's defense, Meredith.
They were technically in business, not in business together. I don't feel like that really helped though.
It did.
What Amy tried to do, and that's why it was so funny to me, because it was like she really was trying to help. It was just like at the same time, technically that's really not helping, but we appreciate the contribution,
right?
Like we appreciate it. Mary said something too. She's like, so none of it's true. Like what? And Lisa's like, no, like it's been dismissed. What are you talking about? But. Sure. Bronwyn, Angie, and Whitney are not letting their foots up off of Lisa's neck. They're not buying it. And Lisa, she's like, then she sits down and she's like, she's not worried. And if you feel good about talking behind my back, then, that's on you. That's a you problem. She denied digging behind Bronwyn's back. And she even indirectly called Bronwyn a gold digger, which I like. I'm kind of like over that too. Like, just like the whole suck gout dick like comment and stuff like that. Let me just say, because I wasn't able to say it in the last 2 episodes, y'all, that you really can't you can't shade anybody like you. Like that wasn't Lisa's like. She's going out bad with these antics and these things she's throwing out there, because it's just like, that's not a read. Like you can't read me about things that are like normal.
You can't read me about that you think is shit with my husband. Girl, how you think I'm keeping it? How you think he's satisfied? How you think we made a kid? Like literally, you're not making any sense. You calling her that, or you telling her that, and that's why she had to say that last week that you didn't get the chance to do the review. But when she had to say, yeah, I do. And she said, Whitney, don't you think? She said, yes. I said, yeah, because if you married, that's what you kind of do. It's one of the things you do.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's a no-brainer. So Lisa, please don't bring up anything that has to do with pleasuring your man, because that's a given in a marriage.
Right. But for some odd reason, nobody's taking her to the side to let her know that. And instead, she's jumping up and down, calling Todd a misogynistic asshole. And it got to the point where Heather, I mean, even if it didn't get to this point, we know that Heather was going to make her presence known. You know, she was going to jump into it. She was going to be involved regardless. And when she gets involved, she says that, you know, this conversation, like, none of that even matters. What matters is Bronwyn dropped a lot of facts about Lisa, and that is what Lisa is trying to clarify. So,
people call them facts though now, sis, because before it wasn't facts. When she was dropping them, she was like, couldn't believe that they were saying it. So the fact that they're facts now, bootlicker, I told you we were trying to tell you that at the campground. But why are y'all talking about this? Because we're on the damn camping trip. And if Lisa was here, we would still be talking about it. Nobody's afraid of Lisa. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, that's
you think they witness asked Lisa this on the trip? Girl, shut up, Meredith. Y'all should just wait till she gets here. No, we're gonna talk about it right the fuck now. Right now. You don't like it? We're in a big ass canyon. Go walk around. Dismissed. Ain't the name of this dismissed? This title? Yeah, y'all the ones need to be dismissed. Y'all acting like fools. Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's
getting on my nerves.
Acting like fools to the point because, like, they didn't, mind you, y'all, they didn't even order food. Like, the waitress coming up, like, asking them, like, if they ready. She's like, I don't even want no parts of this. Lisa's jumping on her soapbox again to.
You see Amy order one of everything. She wanted to let it go because they wasn't letting the waitress go around. Amy said, just one of everything. I said, go ahead, Amy. That's how you do that. Go ahead. That's another reason why I like her. I said, girl, you ain't got time to be asking who want what. We're gonna get one of everything, and you can sample what you need.
I'm here for that. Because Lisa's too busy on her soapbox, y'all, going on and on about how she was sued multiple times, 1, 2, 3. She loves her business. She loves her money. She's waving around her poster board. It's getting unhinged. Bronwyn is still, though, saying how, okay, yeah, you might be saying that it's been dismissed. So you might be talking about those ones over here, but this one right here is still active. It's still open. And all you're doing is denying the claims. You're not actually, it hasn't been dismissed. So yeah. And I loved when Mary.
He's gonna say something about Mary. Go ahead. That's what made me smile. I literally
when she let them know, like, it wasn't just Angie, like it was all of us. It was all of us. And that's because Lisa, of course, is trying to hold Angie's feet to the fire about why she was saying bad things about her. And I love that Mary came to Angie's defense. I loved that Angie was like, well, because you do the exact same thing, and it's frustrating. I get really frustrated with you, and all Lisa could do was, again, Jen Shaw, for whatever reason, gets brought up again and in this case, we have Lisa talking about how Angie basically is trying to be like Jen Shaw Jr., because she uses her lash girl, or she's like lash girl, brow girl, nail girl. No,
first she started off with hair girl.
Hair girl. And she's like, no, like that doesn't make sense. And then it turns into lash girl, brow girl, freaking pedicure girl, wax girl, whoever girl.
You sound like you're obsessed, Lisa, that you know all this that Angie uses, whoever she uses. It sounds like you're obsessed. Go ahead.
The only thing that it was kind of funny about that was that, okay, if we're talking about that same brow girl, this was the brow girl that was saying that Jared was DMing her or whatever. So I did think that that was funny.
Whitney gets a what did they say? She gets hit with, by the stray. She got hit with a stray without even being, because she brought it up. Is that the same brown girl? Is that the same brown girl? I was like, girl, shut up. Yes, you know that's the same brown girl.
And speaking of Whitney, though, she just is like, girl, like, so at the end of the day, what are we supposed to do when people are coming up to us, asking us these questions? When something breaks about you, do people ask us, like, what are we supposed to do? And Meredith actually chimes in to say that, there's a lot of accusations about you out there. It doesn't make them true. And Whitney's like, oh, so you got a voice now? You're here? You've entered the chat? Now you want to pipe up and say something? And Meredith was like, I wasn't silent. And Brittany also was surprised that Meredith didn't have more to say, given her law degree.
I love that Brittany had at least a smart thing. That was a smart answer, intelligent, and it was the right thing to say. You have a law degree, so I wanted to know your perspective on it. That's what I wanted to know. Meredith got so mad, she was already, no, you're a liar. She was already ready to call Brittany out so fast, same way she does Whitney. She wants to shut them up, but when Mary says something, it's not quite the same, because Mary ain't having that, but go ahead.
It was Brittany. It was Brittany, Whitney, and Mary that called Meredith out for not having like more to say. But this is again where the alliance jumps out and rears its head again, because Lisa, then Meredith turns to Lisa and she's like, Lisa's like, I believe you, or and it's just like, really, like that, just that easy, huh?
You see how Heather gave her the look like, girl, I told you that the girl didn't say nothing. You the one co-signed and said, oh, she was silent, because you said Meredith was Meredith, and you said, oh, silent. That came out of the exact words came out of your mouth, Lisa. You said that about your own friend, and now you're gonna sit here and say, here's the thing, Meredith says they're just all trying to make something between us. What? Really, girl? Really, Meredith? So they're all coming against you. It's not the fact. You would have been better off saying, you know what? I didn't really come to your defense. I told them to just wait until they got around you. Now, if that didn't come if that makes me not coming to your defense, maybe it wasn't. But what I did say is they need to wait to talk to you. Boom. But don't sit here and be like, no, they're lying. With your slow talking, and they're lying. I wasn't silent. Shut up, Meredith. Oh, she worked my nerve. And it's just the way she was even looking at the table. Just
she wasn't silent. Lisa ate that right up, and
I believe you.
Just going back and sparring with Whitney over Whitney's business, which I can't lie. If you got something going on with your business, if your business is not doing that well, whatever, like you probably shouldn't have so much to say about what else somebody else has going on with their business. But at the same time, Whitney, where I have to get off the bandwagon with you is there was no reason for you to jump up. There was no reason for you to throw napkins. There just was no reason. And at the same time, like you're talking about, you're triggered, like, Mary, she triggered me.
Well, to Whitney's defense, she got super triggered when she thought that she was called a redneck, and she was not. She was called a redhead. And if somebody call you a redneck and you're not, and then we're on TV and you're gonna call me that, you better be lucky I didn't throw a knife at your ass. And I'm not saying it was right. I'm saying that's what triggered her, and that's why she went over the top. Because sitting here I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, why did she go so crazy? Why she go ham? What did Lisa say that was so off? Because clearly, you guys all had a conversation about your business. Lisa wasn't there for that. So Lisa has no idea. So you could have calmly told her, I addressed the girls, but when you was a coward and then come to the camping ground because you was doing whatever you seen, rubbing elbows with whoever you was rubbing elbows with, you could have known what I said. But my business is not doing well, and I'm okay with it. But they had to, Lisa thought she had something on her. Lisa thought when she threw it out there, all the girls are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we all seen Whitney's on TikTok." The same thing that everybody else would be saying. I don't know how much was about Whitney on TikTok, but what I'm saying is the way that she made it sound is like, they were talking about your business too. Okay, so you see how it goes around, how people's businesses come up, how things come up about you guys, and then you get to read it. You get to make your own assessment about it. You can go ask the person because you are friends with that person. But if you don't like them, you choose not to. That's on you. But that's kind of jacked up to throw it back at them later on when your feet are being held to the fire. And that's where I have a problem with Lisa. You're doing that. You're trying to egg Whitney on, and it worked. And then that little redneck comment kind of messed it up because, yeah, I think at that point, Whitney saw red. She heard redneck, redhead, red. She heard red rum. Like that's what she saw.
I get that. It's just in general, I'm not sure if Whitney, like I just need her to be sure that she like mentally prepared enough for this season, going into it knowing that she's having a failing business and stuff like that. Like I hope you did your own due diligence and mentally prepared yourself for the dragging that you're probably going to get 9 times out of 10 at some point in the season. That's easy ammunition. That's an easy read. Like people are going to bring that up. So I just hope you got your counter reads ready.
Think she's ready.
Aren't gonna. Well, then you did yourself a disservice by that. Like you easily. Like why would you not prepare yourself enough to spray your own self before somebody else sprays you? Like
so literally, I'm glad you said that because that's what I'm saying. Like so, she wasn't ready right then. And the only person that was getting on her was Lisa. Now Lisa knows they both got something on each other, if you will. And so maybe now they can build because like you can tell Whitney was hurt. Like she said, I'm a businesswoman. You should be looking at me and wondering why my business is failing, not poking fun like your business is failing. So why you talking shit about me? I understand that Lisa's under fire and everybody is coming for her, but in this moment, Lisa, you don't want you brought the girls you don't like to an easel party, and you don't like what they have to say about it, and you think because you put dismiss on something, like Mary said, I barely can read. Everything looked blurred because you made it so big. If it didn't even go to the court, then why does it say dismiss? I mean, like you just no, everything it was denied. Okay, denied and dismissed are two different things, though. But these didn't even make it to the court. Then there is the one that's pending right now. Okay, so that's the one they're talking about. But that's from a long time ago. But how could it be from a long time ago if it's the one that's pending? So yeah, I just feel like Lisa, like you said, she has every right to go off on Whitney because she was put in the corner and she was like, I'm gonna get one of y'all. One of y'all, I'm not y'all not coming to my luncheon and I'm not getting one of y'all to go down. And she got one. She got the one she got the one that bit. Whitney shouldn't have bit.
Thankfully. So yeah, and that's where it ended with the to be continued, y'all.
Yeah.
It was overall I would give the episode like probably like an 8.5.
Yeah, I would definitely I would get an 8.5 because the ending was really, with them going back and forth and Lisa thinking she really did something by invite. The whole thing to me is like the fact that you would invite them and go out of your way to do this, and you thought it was so like a home run, if you will. Like it still was want for a lot of them. They all was like, So I don't know. And then did you watch What's Happening Live?
I did, but like I just didn't gather really anything enough to.
No, it wasn't nothing to gather. The guy that was with her.
and y'all know if you guys watched our reviews from last season, or probably maybe even before that, I've always been vocal about saying like I actually like Lisa. Like she is the personalities on the cast that I actually prefer. But outside of being on this show, it's not really. She doesn't really give all the time. I feel like on Watch Robin's Live and other spaces, like I like her on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Would I like her in other capacities? Maybe not. This is what that tells me. So I don't know.
We just got a new comment too.
At least hey Rose City. At least they have real topics to fight about, not like Ashley Darby and her quest to find out if Stacey's divorced. Like, who cares, huh?
Good point.
Sure, you are subscribed, because I definitely probably coming tomorrow with my Potomac review to talk about that type of all that, because yeah, there's a lot to be said there. Versus everybody is coming to work, and I love to see that with Salt Lake City. I love the editing. I just hope that I know Lisa has said how this season's supposed to be like weird for her or like different for her, and we can kind of see based on how everybody's coming in and what angles they're coming in from and stuff like that. I can understand that. I hope we continue to have like new beefs and new like things. Like, don't let this be the only drama we see this year. And it's not even just because I like Lisa or anything like that. I don't appreciate it getting up for on anybody or whatever. So if it's just gonna be her over here and then all y'all over here only being mad about her, like what happened with her, and that's all we get is you talking about her in y'all scenes, and then her talking about how she don't give a fuck and is, the haters in her scenes. Like, let's also have other things to talk about. But for now, I know I'm satisfied. I know my sister's satisfied.
Sure.
And yeah,
I'm with you. I agree with you. I don't like a gang up either. I'd rather y'all do it one-on-one, and even if it has to be behind each other, like just don't do it all at one time. Like let that fight go on. Like when everybody shut up, like when it's one-on-one, Angie, cool. If it's but don't all of you guys start going in on her. But I do appreciate Whitney raising her hand when she. I have something to say. May I speak, please? I agree. I like that. So yeah. And I also will be doing Potomac as well for my members or my people or my subscribers. I will be doing Potomac as well. My Bell Collective is coming out tomorrow morning, so Bell Collective is in the rotation as well. So yeah, we got some.
Recorded.
Already, yep, it's already there. It's ready to go. It's gonna come on. You'll be still asleep, sister, because it's coming on 7 in the morning here. Tomorrow morning, and that's what
4
in the morning for you. So yeah, it's gonna be early. It's just because I just want to push it out, and I didn't want to push it out tonight because I didn't know how long we were gonna be on, and I didn't.
Be good.
So yeah, so check for that, and then me and my sis, we back, and and you were saying it comes on tonight. Can y'all tell me, does Salt Lake City come on tonight or does it come on Wednesday? Because like we were saying earlier, the first day it came I remember it came on Tuesday because you called me like, did you watch it? And I was like, no, because don't it come on tonight? And then it was on there already. And so I was already like kind of confused. So now
October 7th. Yeah.
So it's today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I just making sure because I'm like, I can't remember if I watched it. Maybe because I watch it. That's probably what it is. I watch it on Wednesday because Peacock puts it out on Wednesday. That's why my brain is saying Wednesday. My brain is like, no, Wednesday. But like I can get ready to go downstairs. It's getting ready to come on a little bit, like about 8 or 10 minutes or so. So I can't catch it tonight if I want to. But yeah. I'm so excited to review this again. We always have a good time when we review it every time. So
that's my favorite franchise to talk to you about, and usually like probably my first, if not second, on my list of franchises that I like to talk about in general. And yeah, I agree. Yvette, Mary is
Yes.
definitely one of my faves too. Rose City said, "What do you guys think about Meredith and Lisa's friendship? Is it weird between them? It's weird because it's not a friendship. It's weird. I don't know if you were in here before when I said like it's an alliance. Like I don't feel like Meredith's probably ever knowing Meredith, she's never gonna get over those things that Lisa said, hot mic about her. And then Lisa, like, she probably is not. I just don't think that.
She knows that Meredith is never going to trust her the way she did before.
Yeah,
And in a friendship, you don't have the trust. It's going to lack something, and that's lacking. We're going to know for the rest of their probably. There's no coming back from that. Just like
I
Ronald
think
said,
they're different people too. So I don't even. Honestly, knowing what we know about them, I don't even know if they would be friends in real life, for real. Like,
because Lisa is so she rubs elbows with all the she doesn't do what they do. She's way up there. Her life is so way out there. And then Meredith is only going to be a DJ. So I mean, that's the way the way it's turning out.
yeah, it's giving alliance, like and alliance out of convenience. And the
I
minute
don't
that
like it.
they're not, but they don't actually hang out in real life. I doubt it. No.
I don't see it.
I'm about to watch it too.
Nice. Nice.
And yes, y'all definitely be on the lookout for us to come back to you about tonight's episode. And then, like we just said, we both have some of our own independent content coming out, as well as some more things that we'll be dual hatting too. So yeah, just make sure those notifications are on, y'all. We're so excited to be back.
Yeah.
I know I'm excited to be back. And it looks like actually we're going to be seated and having a lot to talk about down at Bravo specifically, and even on other networks. There seems to be a lot to talk about too. So always let us know if you guys there's anything in particular that you would like to see us talk about. And it doesn't even always have to be reality TV related, even if there's just other topics that you would like to hear us talk about. Always, our DMs are always open and stuff. The comments are always open. So let us know, y'all. Yeah. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things.
Please and thank you.
That's all I got. Shout out to everybody who popped in the chat. We appreciate y'all. And yeah, that's it.
We see y'all next time. That's
yeah.
what's up.
Well,